Welcome back to Steve Robb Reviews, and welcome back to Northern Ontario. Today's video is going to be a review about how I actually transport, say, lumber in the back of my truck, and then I'm going to take that lumber and I'm going to show you exactly how it turned out, because the previous video I made was all about when you cut a long board, especially pressure treated wood that's got so much moisture in it, well, it just turns and twists, and well, you end up with a couple of hockey sticks. So I'll put a link down below and a card at the end if you want to see that video of how I actually do it. But I'm going to take it out of the truck here. I'm going to show you how I transported it, and then we're going to take it apart and see how well my idea is of making sure that your wood's not all twisted a week later when you transport it up to your camp. So let's go over to the truck and let's see how I transport it. Okay, so the first thing you can notice that it's sticking out the back here, right? So depending on where you live in North America, it's all between 4 feet and 5 feet hanging out the back. You have to put a flag on it, and if it's past sunset, so if you're trying to transport anything in the dark, well, you got to actually put a light, a red light on the back. So that's how I transport these, and these are 10 feet long. This is a 6.5 foot bed truck, and a lot of people like to transport it with the tailgate down, and that's fine. But the only thing I've noticed over the years is a lot of people, even if you got a flag on it, they don't pay attention and they'll run right into the back of your lumber. So let's see how I fasten this down. Okay, so this one here's got a tonneau cover, and I just use these little homemade clips that I made here, and you could see that there. And yeah, I put a little bit of a tie on it to make sure that the bungee cord in behind doesn't actually, you know, fall off and this fall out in the road, right? And this holds this down. And then I always put a rag underneath, and so I don't lose the rag, well, I put a zip tie on here, because if you transport your lumber, well, guess what? It'll wear right down your tailgate on the back here, like with a little bit of vibration that it has. So it's good to put a rag in there. So that's what I do with that. Now I've got this all taped up so it doesn't all separate and fly all over the place, right? So I got it taped up in a couple of places I'll show you. And I got another one of these bungee cords here. And yeah, I got room to stick my hand down in there and pull it up, stick it on, so that this doesn't flop around. And that's the main thing you want to do, is make sure that it doesn't flop around. So I'll open this up here. So here it is here. I got my ratchet strap on here, and it's wrapped around once, and it comes all the way down here right to a tie down the corner, and then it goes down to a tie down on the other corner. And that just prevents it from, you know, like moving around, going back and forth. In an event of a collision, it doesn't fly out, because, you know, anything that flies out of your vehicle and hits someone or hits something, well, you're going to be liable for. So that's pretty much it there. So let me just take this out, and we're going to cut all this tape off of it, and we'll see how it actually turned out after a week with it being all clamped up. Well, I'm going to end up putting it on the outside here, and I'm going to show you how that's going to work and the reasoning behind it. But let's take this out and let's see how it turned out. Well, there you go right there. And that don't look too bad to me. And if we just go at the far end here and take a look, and if I just put them down, I mean, I'm telling you what, I think that they're pretty good, especially for pressure treated wood. You know, hasn't all turned into dog legs, and you know, I think they turned out great. I mean, they're as straight as what I would possibly need, and I'm going to show you where they're going to go on the building here. And as you can see, I've done a little bit more work over time. I've painted this up here, but they're going to go on the corner. So I'm going to put one in the corner there, and we'll just take a walk around here. And you notice I got these here. These are to hold the door open. I'm taking these off. There's a reason why for that too, and I'll explain that. And I'm going to put one right on the face here as well. And this is the back, which never gets any sun hardly. You can see it's not as well checkered or anything. And I'm going to put one in this corner here. And and it's a beautiful day up here today. Real nice. So, and the last spot is going to be right here. I'm going to put it right here. Right up against here. It's going to come down 3/4 of an inch below the lowest point there. All the way up to the top. And this is my solar panel for my battery charger inside. I can charge up to 4 different batteries at a time, and it's all run from solar. So yeah, that's going to be the job for this trip, and I'll bring you back when I got them all installed. Okay, we're back, and it's the next day, and I've already installed all the wood. I put 2 coats of paint on it. I was up this morning at 7 o'clock, and as you can see in the bucket there, well, it's red, and I put my first coat on yesterday, and I used this bucket here. I did a review on this bucket before and how you don't have to put the liners in. So I'm going to show you how I clean my bucket and the brush. It's as easy as this. And that's pretty much it. I just let that soak in there for about 20 minutes, a half an hour, and then I just wash it all out, and I'm going to show you when we're finished what that bucket looks like. But let's go over to the little shop, and I'll show you what's going on there. Okay, so I got them all installed, and I got each one sitting about 3/4 of an inch below, and that's 2 coats of paint on there. And I built this 15 years ago, over 15 years ago. So I decided to paint all the insides here, because when I get down to putting siding on here, and that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to put some vinyl siding on. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to butt the J-trim right up against here. This is a 1-inch overhang, so that's what it's going to do there. Now you notice I had a bungee cord that goes all the way across to hold it on. I'm going to change that in a couple of minutes. But if we go along to the back side here, it's a little on the dark side, but you could see where I've painted all the way up in here, and I got the 2 end pieces painted. So I got that all painted all up in there. So I ran out of paint, but you can definitely see the difference between here and there. So let's go over to this side. Now this is all done as well, with a 3/4 inch overhang on the bottom. And there she is right there. And I mean, I got to take these hooks off. I'm going to be about 2 minutes to show you what I'm going to do with them. And again, a 1-inch overhang. And you could see how faded this has gotten in 15 years. And I had put 2 coats of good paint on there years ago. So let's just take at the last corner here. Now on all the corners I put extra paint on the corner here, because when I put my J-trim on, I'm going to probably still put 1 more coat, but I ran out of paint. When I put my J-trim on, I want this to be a little more waterproof on the corners. So that's pretty much it right there. And I'll bring you back when I got these door openers installed, and it's a little bit different than before. Okay, so I'm all done. Let's take a look and see how I made out here. Okay, so I got these new little, I guess little rings, eyelets. I just drove a 2-inch, 1/4 inch screw in there. It's going to hold it plenty. And then I just brought this bungee cord over, and it's so easy just to unhook from here, and it closes it good. So I just want to show you something here, if I could. This the new straps I got are EPDM rubber. Now these ones here are like Princess Auto specials. Well, they're really special because they only last you about a year and a half tops. And it's a 15 inch and it says maximum pull 22. You're lucky if you can get 2 inches pull on these. They're so stiff, I wouldn't even buy them. No, not a chance. And there's the paint bucket, all cleaned out. Took about 5 minutes. And yeah, this is my go-to paint bucket here now. This Worcester Pelican. And you know what? It's awesome. No paint sticks to it or anything. So I had to get another one of these special ones. And this one here is hold open a little bit longer. So they're all 18 inches. This one here is a 21 inch. And I took all the clasps off the side. And we just go over here. Same thing. I mean, this is so easy to do, and it's simple. I like, you know, make it as simple as possible. So, and here we are here. Now, the only thing I got to figure out when I'm doing the siding is I got this wire going in through here. And I think, how am I going to do that with the siding? I mean, yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do that. I think I have to actually just, you know, reroute that to go through and then inside, because you can't have a wire going through the side of your siding, right? So I don't know about that. That's going to be something, you know, that's going to have to be done. Had to take all the flags off, and we're back to the beginning. And that's pretty much it there. And it's a nice, easy project. Well, thanks for joining me again, and I hope I've given you some good tips on things that you could do at your place. I don't know how many people have a remote place that uses bungee cords to hold their doors open, or thinking about a paint bucket. Well, I like to include as many things as I can to, I guess, pass on the stuff that at least I thought that works good for me. Especially them bungee cords, them regular bungee cords, I tell you, they're just, well, they take your eye out if you ever try to pull them to the proper length that they're supposed to be. So stay away from them ones. Get the EPDM ones, and yeah, you can stretch them nice, and you know, you don't need to have too much stretch on this just to hold a door open, right? So thanks for joining me here today. Come back again. If you haven't seen this channel before, you're welcome to subscribe. See some more interesting things that I do from Northern Ontario. Cheers.